let's get started. So the first thing is squat. Just remember in your squats, keep the weight in the heels, keep the knees in line. As you're doing a warm-up circuit, when we're starting with something like squats and push-ups, like this warm-up circuit, typically I will tell you to fight for depth, which just means work, push yourself, try and go as deep as you can into the different movements. But when it's part of our warm-up circuit, start out slowly. So just little squats, first round, and then as you start to progress through the 3 rounds of the warm-up circuit, then start fighting for depth by that 3rd round. Push-ups, again, remember your modifications. You can have your knees down. Just remember you're trying to get your chest down to the ground, not your head. Plank, again, remember your modifications. Start on your forearms if you're not used to doing planks, and then work your way up to that nice up on your hands. And remember to keep that core engaged. So if you put those knees down, keep the hips down low as well. All right, jumping jacks, your high impact and your low impact. And then large arm circles forward. So just getting those arms nice and warmed up. Forward and backward. Really feel that stretch and the power as you do those arm circles. Okay, moving on to mountain climbers. So again, I will show you a regular mountain climber and then some modifications. This is your mountain climber. Okay. Now, what you'll notice is the modification is just to step your foot in and then out, and then the other foot in and out in that nice plank position. You can also do this on your forearms if you need to. You won't be able to bring those knees in quite as far, but bring them straight in. You can step in and out. Anytime you're doing a mountain climber, you want a nice plank position, so you should be fighting to keep those shoulders over the wrists. We have a tendency as we get tired to do this in the mountain climbers. Try to keep the shoulders over the wrists through the mountain climber. The other thing to watch is that your hips are going to stay fairly steady. Okay, there's going to be some movement, but what you want to avoid is this. Okay, because what that's doing is putting strain on your low back. So just keep those hips nice and steady through the mountain climbers and modify as you need to. All right, sit-ups. We do full sit-ups, okay? So I'll show you some modifications, but this is the sit-up. You're going to lay back. In the beginning, really use those arms. Use the arms, swing them as hard as you can to get yourself up. At the top of the sit-up, squeeze your arms overhead, pull those shoulder blades together, okay? I really want you using your arms in the beginning until you get used to doing them. A lot of people haven't done these since grade school PE class. As you start to get stronger, you will not need to use your arms and still put them up. And then the most progressed form of the sit-up is to have your legs out straight. And again, you can start by using your arms, and then as you get more comfortable and stronger with the exercise, you'll be able to do it without using your arms at all. If you cannot do even one sit-up, which is understandable when you first start doing workouts like these, if you're not familiar with them, that is okay. You may start with crunches. Still try to do the sit-ups each time you do the workout, because you'll be surprised at how quickly you get stronger. But if you're going to do crunches, I want arms straight in front of you, legs straight in the air, and you're going to reach parallel to your legs. So it is not a crunching motion to get to your feet. It is straight up towards the sky. Keep those arms parallel to the legs as you lift your body. Okay, let's see. Plank to plank. All right, so for this one, you're going to be in a plank position up on your hands, drop down to your forearms, to your elbows, and then push yourself back up. And then just alternate which elbow drops first. For this, you may want to start with, if you've never done one before, start with your knees down, hips nice and low, lower yourself down, push yourself back up, and just alternate which arm drops first. Okay, tricep push-ups. You'll be laying on your side. So if you were to sit on your side like this arm that you'd be leaning on, you're going to cross the other arm over and wrap that arm around your body. Then you're going to lay down and push yourself back up. It's going to be using the muscles along the backs of your arms. For the tricep push-up, the closer your hand is to your head and the farther from your body, the easier the movement is. So start there. Put your hand far from your body and up close to your head. As you move your hand towards your body and down towards your hip, it makes this movement more challenging, okay? And avoid laying down completely and resting, because then it makes it really difficult to get back up. So again, like with the hip extensions, you just kind of want to let that shoulder graze the floor before you push yourself back up. Okay. All right, so then you can grab your weights, or again, you can start without weights and add weights later. Split squat is basically just lunging up and down. So I'm going to show you from the side first without the arms. You're just going to be going up and down. You don't bring the feet together, okay? So you just go up and down, keep that upper body nice and tall, all the weight in the front leg, or most of the weight. Now, from the front, as you're doing this motion, you're going to start with your palms facing your hips, and then you're going to twist into that bicep curl. So the curl goes up as your hips go down. All right? And then on the other side, so when you switch legs, it's another type of bicep curl. It's called a hammer curl. So this time you're going to start with the same hand position at the beginning, but when you curl up, instead of twisting so that your palms are facing your shoulders, your palms will stay facing each other. Okay? We'll grab that workout. Hold on. Okay, then we have lateral lunges. So lateral lunges are kind of similar to a squat once you get down into the lunge position. For the lateral lunge, you're going to step out to the side. The foot that steps out is going to bend. And you're going to sit back into that lunge. Now, like a squat, your toes will be forward, and that knee will be in line with that second toe, okay? And all the weight's going to go into your heels. So from the side, your feet are going to stay parallel. This leg over here is bending, and I'm sitting back, all right? And then you can come up. To make this more challenging, just like any other lunge, you can come up to a balance. Go back down, come up to a balance. Stay on one side and then switch sides. Okay, burpees with a push-up. So remember your modifications of burpees. You can step out or jump out, but when you get to the bottom of that burpee, you add a push-up. And then you come back in and finish up the burpee. And again, remember your modifications of push-ups too. So you can step out into the burpee, plank position, drop your knees, and then do the push-up. Whatever you need to do the exercise. Okay, single leg deadlift. You have your weights. Start with your leg out a little bit behind you. You're going to be bending over. Nice flat back. See, my back is nice and flat. And stand up. As you get more comfortable with this movement, you can keep that foot just a couple inches off the floor. Bend over, nice flat back, stand up. You want to fight to keep that base leg straight and really squeeze with your booty the backs of the legs as you stand up to really work those muscles. So stand up, try to stay balanced in between the deadlift. So try not to put that foot down during the entire 30 seconds. Okay, tuck jumps in plank. So here we're going to be in a nice plank position. We're going to jump the legs in and back out. And in and back out. You can also step both of your legs in, then step them back out. Okay? Again, like mountain climbers, burpees, anytime you're in plank, try to keep those shoulders over the wrists. Keep the hips low, but not putting strain on your back. So use that core to keep yourself steady. You can also do those on your forearms. Again, you won't be able to walk your knees in quite as far. That's okay. Okay, and a prison squat. So a prison squat, feet are in the same position. About shoulder width apart, toes facing forward. But you're going to have your hands behind your head, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Same movement. You're going to sit back and stand up. However, in a prison squat, as you're sitting into that squat, when you feel like you need to bend over to balance, that is when you really pull your shoulder blades together and then and you actually stand up. So this is going to work primarily your low to mid back. These, I call them the posture muscles. So these are all the muscles that you use to stand up straight, nice and tall, squeezing the shoulder blades together. That's the muscles that this movement is going to work. So when you feel like you need to lean forward in order to alleviate that tension from your elbows up behind your head, that's when you need to stand up. That is what it's designed to do. It is supposed to work your back. Okay, reptile planks. So, I'll show you from the front. You're in plank position, and again, this can be done from your forearms as well. You're going to bring that leg up and to the side. So that knee is coming up and to the side. To make it more challenging, turn your head and actually look at that knee. And you're going to alternate those. Okay. Tabletop swing. So you remember the tabletop from the previous workout. Now you're going to take it to the next level. So you're going to start up there in that nice tabletop. You're going to use your core, squeeze, 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 swing those hips through the arms. Come back up, and just going to keep swinging them through. It's okay if your booty grazes the floor a little bit. It is also okay when you first start these, if you get to here and you have to go back up. It takes a little while to develop those core muscles to be able to pull your body in and up to get the hips through the arms. And then swimmers, lying on your stomach. Arms and legs off the floor, alternating, feet and arms touching. So like this, so you're just swimming on the floor. All right.